welcome to the broadcast. I am so happy you're here. I am your favorite mermaid mystic. I hope that you're doing well. Today's video is going to be all about, in celebratory fashion, of our dear daddy Neville Goddard. It is his birthday today. Woo to the Pisces, all the beautiful mystic Pisces out there, myself included. And so today's video, I want to speak on two of the particular techniques that Neville shares in his books that have been instrumental in me manifesting every desire that I've had at a quick pace. So let's get right into it. The two techniques that I absolutely adore are the SATS, state akin to sleep, and also I love Neville's breathing technique. And if you've not ever picked up one of Neville's books, I would highly suggest the one that is the compilation of all of his books in one. It is sort of like my Bible when it comes to law of assumption. So I've devoured that book numerous times of all of his material. And the reason that I very much love SATS and the breathing technique, where you breathe in and you breathe out, you breathe in and you breathe out. And not many people talk about this particular technique, but it's quite extraordinarily wonderful. It has been so successful for me. You breathe in and you breathe out, and you bring whatever that vision is upon your mind's eye, and you visualize that. And as if you're tightening your stomach muscles, you exert a massive amount of all of your air, and it's almost as if it's orgasmic. It's not a physical orgasm, but is in the same mindset as that. And Neville talks about this in his book, and it's so powerful, that technique. So I do that quite often, and I also, that's if I really want something powerful and really outrageously seemingly enormous to happen at a massive rapid pace. This is what I use. I use the breathing technique. Now, when I use SATS, that's technique that I use that I'm not, a time lineage of any sort. It's just that I'm happily doing this. And this is the beautiful thing about SATS, is that it's no work. It's just fun imagining something, and then you get it. It just comes into your reality. Now, I know that there's many people that on the YouTube, now you can't always believe what you see. Do you understand, darlings? Because many people are on here trying to spoon feed you a load of nonsense on stilts, okay? And I'm saying that because when you're doing SATS, it's fun to do SATS, because what it does is it penetrates the subconscious mind. You know very well, loves, that I talk consistently about how you have to have a beautiful self-concept. Now, you can robotic affirm, you can do anything that you so desire to do. When it pertains to me wanting to teach people for the long-term benefits of sustainability and their manifestations, this is where your mermaid mystic comes in. Because I really want you to be able to manifest things and sustain those things. And I want you to take other people, even coaches, even myself, off the pedestal and realize that you may find some resonance with my particular teachings, and you will be good to go, and you don't need my help any further. And I think that that's wonderful, and that's what I really am promoting, is that I want to be a teacher for you, a beautiful leader, but I also want you to understand that you are leaning onto your own salvation. And what I mean by that is that do not put anyone upon a pedestal. No teachers, no coaches, no, there's nothing that you cannot do that they cannot also do. And many of them, just as myself, if we're being quite transparent, we've never gotten it all done. We don't get to, wipe our hands like this And even Abraham Hicks talks about that in her workshops, is that you don't get life all done and it's all chopped up and you know, high flying every single day. Everyone's working on a manifestation. Everyone's working on a desire that they want, because we're never getting this life done. So you have to understand that there's no need to be in a hurry. And I understand that circumstances can be quite volatile, and you might have circumstances that are very, very displeasurable. But I want you to remember that there's nothing that you cannot handle. So I want you to know that you have strength, that you have that sense of mermaid goddess within you. There is no way that you cannot have the DNA of God consciousness. So there's nothing that you cannot accomplish on your own, because it's just you and collective consciousness. That's all it is really at the end of the day. Life is not that serious. Everyone makes it out to be like it's quite serious, and it's really, really not. And I'm saying that having lost a son to brutally being murdered. So just know that I know what I'm talking about. I don't just arbitrarily sit up here and say on my high horse that I know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. But I have become very much a master at all of these things. This is what I've been doing for the last decade, of really fine-tuning, really becoming an absolute leader in this genre of mindset work. And I know I've hacked the system. I've figured out the mermaid secrets in the sand that no one else knows. I've gotten this from downloads from source. So when I say these things, I mean them with all sincerity. And I absolutely am not feeding you from the fuzzy end of the lollipop. Do you understand what I'm saying? So be mindful, use your discretion, use your intuition, and remember that there's nothing that you cannot be, do, or have. And I want you to realize the importance and the beautiful significance that you all hold. But when people tell you that self-concept is not important, when people tell you that just you have to robotic affirm and keep affirming, and that it's not all about self-concept and it's not all about all of these other techniques, there is no complexity to it. But we all know that life is complex, okay? Everyone's not in a hunky-dory situation in life. There's loads of people in pain. There's loads of people in distress. There's loads of people in very displeasurable circumstances, and I know this full well. And so I'm trying to guide you, to help you to recognize and understand what to do in this very moment, because it's all airy fairy and lovely and wonderful. But when you're absolutely in a state of crisis, you want someone that is going to literally help you to know this is the next step. This is the next stroke in the water. You can do it. You will find your way to the surface. You just have to let go and see that the cork, which is your inner being, will always rise to the surface. It cannot not do it. The only reason that a cork, which is our inner being, would stay below the water is if we have resistance and we're holding it down. Let go of the cork and it will automatically rise to the surface. I promise you this, because you know what? I am your mermaid mystic, and I know how to help you in these situations, because there's certain secrets that I know that no one else knows, and I stand firm on that. It's a firm foundation, not a sandy foundation. All right, darlings, I hope that you have a lovely day. Try to use SATS, try to use the breathing technique, and I will put the particular book and the chapter in the description box for that breathing technique if you would like to try it, because I've manifested everything. I manifested my twin flame in 8 weeks. I manifested being cast on Hello Sunshine, the reality show from a massive production company, Cottage to the Core, within 3 days doing SATs. I manifested financial abundance. I manifested beautiful Victorian cottage. I manifested the ease and delight of leaving a narcissistic marriage from over 25 years to sustaining myself, living my dream as an author and illustrator. I've done all of this. It's not like I'm sitting here telling you these things and I've not manifested them. You can clearly see that I am on the screen space of reality living my life. And I'm not going to, you know, bat my eyes and tell you that all of these things are true, and they're absolutely not. And there are many people that will try and persuade you that are not telling you the truth. And a great indication of this is if you see a YouTuber and they don't very much want to give personal examples of their life, this is a massive indicator that they're not being transparent with you. So you might want to be very, very reluctant to trust that they have your personal well-being at heart, because you should be able to be vulnerable and share your life and experiences on a day-to-day basis so that people can relate to you. And when people aren't doing that and they're not transparent and authentic, you might have reason to be a little doubtful of what they're telling you and what they're sharing with you, because it might not be, you know, spit spot. Do you understand? All right, loves. I hope that you have a lovely day, and as always, I'm most affably yours till my next swim. Cheers, darlings. Toodle pip.